Hello, I'm Dr. Debbie, and this is Evolve Global 22's Healing Light Studio. We offer gentle, evidence-informed, soul-rooted practices for adults, children, and families, supporting whole person healing, health, and wellness with a special focus on nervous system regulation, emotional wellness, identity and self-connection, healing in everyday life, and balance that actually works in the real world. Our work is guided by the power of three: energy medicine, Ayurveda-inspired living, and herbal wisdom. We strive to help heal the whole person, a truly comprehensive, integrated approach. This work continue in a sustainable and accessible way. We have created Evolve Global 22's Healing Light Studio on Patreon. Patreon allows this work to exist without overwhelm, without high financial barriers, and without asking people to do more than they are able. There is a space for you here at whatever level feels right. Healing happens here. Wholeness lives within you. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Evolve Global 22's Healing Light Studio. For those joining for the very first time, if you don't know me, I'm Dr. Debbie. And I am so grateful you are here. Tonight is an exciting night because I have a lot to tell you. We have changed our format. There's big things coming. So I want to get right into this. So give me a minute. So once again, welcome everybody. I am so happy that you are here. If you're new here, this space is not a program, a class, or a place to fix yourself. It's a daily place to arrive. This week marks a beginning for us here at Evolve Global 22, a new healing circle format, one that's slower, more embodied, and more honest about how healing actually happens in real life. Now, on Patreon, we have the Healing Circle, which is a deep dive of everything here, master classes, in-depth practices, support. I come on, I do different supports, offer various types of supports, and this space is going to become our healing circle here, which is the free version. Each month, we are going to move through a framework called Become. B is for the body, E is for emotions, C is for connection, O is for orientation, M is for meaning, and E is for embodiment. Become is not a ladder, it's a cycle of return. We don't start with insight. We don't start with fixing. We start with healing where it actually lives in the body. This month, because we're going to go month to month, this month, which starts today, we're exploring what it means to live inside yourself again, instead of managing, fixing, or monitoring yourself. This community is a healing space for all, and especially for those who are tired of fixing themselves, feel emotionally or spiritually or physically exhausted, have done the work but still feel dysregulated or disconnected, are sensitive, deep-feeling, thoughtful, and often the strong ones for others, and they desire healing that honors faith, body, wisdom, and nervous system safety. They want a community without pressure, performance, or comparison. You may be a caregiver, a parent, an educator, a healer. You may be a woman in midlife transitions. You may be spiritually grounded but weary of fear-based narratives. You may be a person rebuilding trust in their body, emotions, God, the universe, our existence. Those who are here are not looking to become better. They are longing to become whole. And one more important, exciting piece of news is on Fridays, our healing circle is going to become collaborative conversations where we explore themes through different lived, cultural, and faith-centered perspectives. This Friday, big announcement, I'll be joined by Heartful Muslima, where we'll explore what happens in the body when safety becomes linked to obedience. That conversation is rooted in Islamic reflection, but it's open, relevant, and meaningful for anyone because nervous systems don't belong to one faith and survival patterns are human. The Healing Circle space is a space of respect, learning, and shared humanity. Friday's Healing Circle is going to be great for any of you, if you've noticed that being good, compliant, or agreeable feels calming, even when it costs you your voice. You feel tension or anxiety when you're asked what you want. You learned consciously or unconsciously that obedience kept peace. You've experienced faith, family, or culture as something you had to perform correctly to feel safe. You want to understand fawn and freeze responses without being labeled or pathologized. Excuse me, it's been another long day. You're curious about how the nervous system learns safety, especially through compliance, and so many more things. Also, if you value conversations that are Islamically rooted and spiritually grounded, yet welcoming and meaningful to all people, you do not need to be Muslim to attend or benefit. You do not need to be religious at all. You don't need to be familiar with the nervous system language. You don't need to be comfortable sharing or speaking. You don't need to be good at healing. This Friday's Healing Circle is for anyone who's ever felt safer being obedient than being present, whether that came from family, culture, faith, or survival. This conversation is about understanding the body, not blaming it. It's Islamic rooted, human centered, and open to all. Now, let's get right into our topic tonight. And always remember, this is not a program, it's a living ecosystem of remembrance, rhythm, and return. You only need curiosity and willingness to listen. Our theme tonight is, when did we learn to leave ourselves? Now remember, our B is body in our acronym BECOME. That's our framework. When did we learn to leave ourselves? Too many people have been taught directly or subtly that their bodies are the problems to solve, symptoms to manage, or obstacles to overcome. Our mission here is different. We are here to restore relationship with the body, with emotions, with meaning, with God, with the universe, with all that exists. So when did we learn to step away from ourselves? This is so important because before we talk about healing tools, practices, evolution, transformation, we have to name something essential. Many people aren't struggling because they are broken, my friends. They're struggling because they learned to leave. Now, right into our core learning point number 1. Leaving the body was an intelligent adaptation. One of the core truths here at Evolve Global 22, Healing Light Circle, is your body is not broken. It's responding intelligently to the environment. Leaving the body is not a failure. It is intelligence. Most of us didn't decide one day to disconnect from ourselves. We learned slowly, relationally, and often, my friends, at a young age, that presence had a cost. Many of us learned that being fully present created friction. Our emotion made others uncomfortable, and our needs felt like too much. So the body adapted. What was the mental and emotional impact of this? Adaptation reduced conflict externally, but increased distance internally. Leaving the body was a solution, not a problem. Core learning point number 2. Presence became unsafe before we had words for it. For many people, slowing down disrupted others. Pausing meant falling behind. Rest meant letting someone down. Feeling deeply often had consequences. Tears brought tension, anger brought punishment, and sensitivity brought labels. The nervous system learned something very specific. It's safer not to fully be here. This is why at Evolve Global 22, we do not rush people into practices. We do not force presence. We restore safety first. If we do not do that, what is the mental and emotional impact? The body stays alert even when nothing is wrong. Presence didn't disappear, it became unsafe. Here is our core learning point number 3. Leaving shows up as functioning, not failure. When we leave the body, we don't fall apart. We often become highly functional. We learned how to stay busy instead of present, think instead of feel, comply instead of inhabit, and perform instead of rest. This is why people arrive in healing spaces saying, I'm doing everything right, but I still feel disconnected. That is not pathology, that is survival. And this is exactly why Evolve Global 22 focuses on returning, not fixing. The mental and emotional impact is function continues, but connection fades slowly. You didn't abandon yourself, but you adapted. Core learning point number 4. Healing at Evolve Global 22 begins with returning, not calming. Here is where our mission becomes very clear. Healing does not begin with calming the nervous system. It begins with permission to return. Before regulation comes, there must be recognition, safety, and relationship. The body does not need to be forced into calm. It needs to know, I am allowed to be here again. This is why everything we do at Evolve Global 22, from the Healing Light Circle to our new framework Become, to the power of 3, it starts with the body as a place to live, not a problem to solve. What is the emotional impact of that? Safety begins with presence, and presence is welcomed, not demanded. Healing doesn't start with calming, it starts with returning. Let's talk about a real life connection here and why this matters. This can look like feeling productive but not present, needing noise or distraction to relax, feeling uneasy when things get quiet, being very self-aware but still disconnected. It often feels like a constant hum of tension, a sense of floating or rushing, difficulty settling even in safe moments. It often sounds like I should be over this by now. Why can't I just relax? Or what's wrong with me? We need to reframe this. Nothing is wrong with you. You learned how to survive. Now let's reflect a moment. I want you to ask yourself this question. When did presence stop feeling neutral for me? My friends, you left because it was wise. Your body chose what helped you survive the environment you were in. And if you're here tonight, it means something important. Returning is allowed now. At Evolve Global 22, we are not rushing people back into their bodies. We are rebuilding safety, relationship, and trust, one gentle return at a time. This week, we're not forcing healing. We're remembering how to come home. You don't have to come all the way back. You're just invited to notice where you are. And it's important for me to mention our power of three. Before I close tonight, I want to name how this conversation fits into the power of three because nothing we do here stands alone. In energy medicine, when we learn to leave ourselves, energy lifts from the body and concentrates in the head. This is why many people feel tense, busy, or disconnected even when nothing is wrong. Returning begins by letting energy settle back in the body, not through force, but through permission. From an Ayurveda inspired living lens, leaving the body reflects excess movement without grounding, too much thinking, too much doing, not enough landing. The system stays alert because rhythm and rest were not safe. Healing begins by reintroducing slowness and presence in small, tolerable ways. An example of this is people who say, I can't meditate. And when you start meditating, you have to do it a little bit at a time because you have to be able to tolerate being present for that period of time. And it's very uncomfortable for many people. Herbal wisdom. How do we connect there? In this area, the lens is this is why grounding, nourishing plants support healing more than stimulating ones at first. They don't ask the body to change, they support the body in staying. Just like our work here, they meet the system where it is and invite gentle return. The power of three reminds us healing is not about doing more. It's about coming back into relationship with the body, with the mind, with the soul, with the spirit, with the life, with the universe, with our creator, with ourselves. Now, I'm going to leave you with two reflection questions. If you have not started journaling, please take 5 minutes out of your week, one night to start and journal and think deeply about these questions that I leave you with each night. Number one, where in my life did leaving myself become protective or necessary? And number two, what might returning gently without force look like for me this week? Tonight, my friends, we didn't fix anything. We named something essential. Leaving yourself was not failure. It was intelligence. It was adaptation. It was survival. At Evolve Global 22, we don't rush people back into their bodies. We rebuild safety first. This week is not about forcing yourself to be present. It's about remembering that presence is allowed now. You don't have to come all the way back. You're just invited to notice where you are. And that, my friends, is enough for tonight. I want to take a moment and express my deepest gratitude first. And I want to remind you that visit our Patreon. We have content there that goes way beyond our free healing circle content. It's a deep dive and it's daily support practices, all sorts of great things that can help you in your day to day. And it promotes generational healing and generational wellness because we learn a lot of things from our childhood. And parents, it doesn't matter how great of a parent you are human. There will always be mistakes. When you have support, when you have guidance, when you have tools that you can use, things that you can share with your children that you may not have had access to before, check it out. Go over to Patreon. Evolve Global 22's Healing Light Studio is there. The Healing Circle, the first 50 founding members, it's only $7.99 a month. So check it out. On that note, my friends, peace, love, and light to all of you. I love you all. Take care. It's Dr. Debbie with Evolve Global 22's Healing Light Studio.